Alright, let's try to do this. Hello there, bronies and Pegasisters of bronies and Pegasisters of the world. Hello! It is me, Mustang, yes. And, I don't know, just felt like doing this because you guys are awesome and wanted to go through this. And I wanted to do this video for a while, but I wanted to give you guys a kind of an idea of what I do a little bit, or what I collect in terms of the fandom. And I wanted to show you my comic book collection. I don't have a lot, I have a little bit, well, I don't know, I have more than anyone else I know at the current moment. But let's go through them, because it sounds like fun, and why the hell not? I'm just gonna have this music playing in the background a little bit. Yes! So, I started collecting comics, essentially when I heard it immediately came out. I was at my local card game shop / comic book store, and I found out through the owner that the comic had already come out, and I was like, what? The comic's already out? No, it's not. And he's like, yeah, it's just back there. So at the time, me and my friends, we ran to the very back, and at the kids section, and there behold was a whole stack of MLP comics. And I was like, that's awesome! Of course, no one had the money at the time except for me, so I went and bought the first one in my group, like, haha, look what I have! So, but apparently that wasn't all. The store owner said, Greer, whoa, you can't buy that one. I'm like, why not? He's like, well, I want you to buy that one, but I have a special one for you. Keep in mind, this was at Christmas last year. So he had got me a special comic, which you will see at the very end. It's one of my favorite comics, and there's a reason for it. And decided that he wanted to give it to me at a very discounted price for a Christmas gift, because it was a rare one at the time, and it's very generous of him, you know. But I'm just gonna move on. So, first comic book I ever got from the MLP thing was issue number 1, which was My Little Pony. Yes, Friendship is Magic, and it was the Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and can't forget Angel Bunny. Angel Bunny. I'm gonna move that light a little bit so it's not as reflecting the thing. There we go. Yes, Angel Bunny. This was really good. I was surprised how well the comics were able to keep up with the not only the the coherency of the story arc in the actual TV show. You know, this continues off of where season 2 left off. I was like, whoa, everything's awesome. I'm gonna say this without spoiling anything, but just, well, not too much. But the Changelings are back. Yes, and the way they put it down, they made it spot on accurate to the show. And when you include the voices from the actual show, like if you can imagine what they are, it makes a very good read. So issue number 1, series 1, where is it? It was issue number 1, print 1. I can't find out where it's on the back somewhere. Okay, so and then I moved out to California. I'm from Oregon, if anyone doesn't know that. And so I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get my comic books anymore. I just started reading this. It's so good. When am I gonna get my comics? Well, lo and behold, when I was doing research, because there's different cover arts of each of the comics, and I was like very interested. But I found out one of them was from Hot Topic. In my opinion, Hot Topic, in terms of the magazines, are one of the coolest looking ones they have. I'm just, every time a new one comes out, blown away. I'm like, oh my god, that's awesome! So, I went online, I found out, this was already issue 3 was already out. I was like, whatever. And I had missed issue 2 already, and I was like, whatever. I want to read them, but I don't really want to go on eBay and pay boatloads of money for whatever. Especially the Hot Topic ones, because I figured they cost so much. Well, to my luck, and I was surprised about this, Hot Topic Online still had them in order. They had issue 1, 2, and 3. Except for 1 and 2 you had to buy as a combo. But I didn't care because it was awesome! Check this out. Issue number 1 of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic comic. Look! Derpy, right here, and Dr. Whooves. Ah! Two of my favorite characters, of all time. I was like, yes! Look how awesome this looks! The TARDIS is in the background. I was so happy. And so I bought the combo pack of issue 1, not only just 1, but of issue 2 as well, with vinyl scratch! Ah! Yeah! Oh man, so I read through this one already, because issue 1 is the same as issue 1 with issue 1 is the same as issue 1. So I already read through that one, so I just really put this one aside and started reaching issue 2. And I was like, yes, this is so great. Oh! So I was, oh man, and then I was like, I need number 3. So immediately when I ordered these two, what was all natural? Natural thing to do was order issue number 3. And I laughed so hard when I saw this cover face, because this was already a fandom meme. I was like, ah! And so it's Shining Armour throwing Princess Cadence, and she's like, argh! It was the best. I mean, look at that. Like, oh my god, woo! Oh man. So I was very excited about this one. Oh man. But one thing about these comics I was not excited about was I ordered these before I went to Las Pegasus Unicon, which was amazing. I mean, disaster at the end, but it was a great convention. That's another video for another day, because it was so good. But I ordered these comics and didn't have them ready. Luckily I had my other comics with me, and there'll be a reason to show that in a second. But it's one thing with Hot Topic, you have to wait for them to come in, and sometimes they don't always come up on time, but still, when you get them, it's pretty badass. So, just an update, from here on out, haven't read the rest. I've started to read issue 4, which I'm showing. The others I haven't. I've been trying to, but lack of time, because of school and work and all sorts of stuff, but trust me, I'm getting on them. And all the projects, like the torque competition video and editing photos for you guys to put on the Facebook page. Bunch of stuff. Right, so, moving on, issue number 4 came out in March. And what is in March? Well, St. Patrick's Day. Look at this! Everything's green! I was like, yeah, I kept this on me that day because I didn't have any green on me. I was like, crap. So, I was like, yeah, that works! And then, luckily no one paged me, because I'd like pull this out and then people be like, that's a council on you. It's like, blink on me. No, whatever. But I think it's awesome. Look, you got Berry Punch in the background. Oh, it's hard to see. You refocus the camera. There we go. Okay. Got Berry Punch in the background. You got Bon Bon, Twilight Sparkle, Apple Bloom. You got Lyra dancing with Spike, who's like a leprechaun. And look at this right here. I can't believe it. If you guys could see this, if I could hold it just a little bit. You have Pinkie Pie with apple cider, and look at Rainbow Dash. She's like, no! Oh! But I can't wait to read this, because the main thing that's important about issue number 4 is through 1 through 4, if I'm not mistaken, because I started reading this a little bit, was this, there's a, it's like seasons in it. So 1 through 4 is season 1 of the comics. No, well, it's continuation of season 2. So it's like season 2 part A. There we go. Season 2 part A. And then so far, what the writers have said, or what I've read, 5 through whatever, I think it's 5 through 9 or 8, is like the next part of the series. Since it's a whole new plot line developed. So, I can't wait to read it. But I'm going to bring out the next ones. Yeah. So, recently, this was, like, actually this week, I went out to Hot Topic, and my comic had finally come in. I'd call them because this was the 3rd time they were late. The 3rd time! But, you know what's great? Free shipping for my next one and some other things. So, you know what? I don't care. I get to go to the store, I get to meet people, I can have conversations. It's great. I'm a people who likes to meet person. Yes! Okay! So, for the next comic we have, I ordered one, and then I found out because the week before, check this out. I had brought it to the manager's attention, or one of the employees. I was like, why aren't you guys selling these comics here? Why do I have to order them? Because you guys, if you stocked them in the store, I guarantee bronies would come in here, and Vegas Sisters would be in here and be buying them like crazy. Week later, I come in. My comic comes in that I bought, and guess what? The whole store is filled with comics! I was so happy! I went out and bought another copy. So, I'm going to show you the 2 copies I bought. Okay, first off, there's a reason I have to do it individually, because this is one I bought just in store. It was, check this out. Isn't this boss? You have the Ursa Minor versus the great and powerful Trixie. Look, it's just so awesome. Look at that. There's a big bear versus the great and powerful Trixie. Look at this. Trixie herself is like, be gone you! Be gone! It's epic spell! Cast your... Wow! It's just so cool. Oh, man. I was so excited when I saw this artwork cover. I mean, it was just so good. But another one I kept in packaging still too. Okay, so this one right here. These both are in package. I'm reading the one I just showed you. This one, haven't touched. I'm trying to keep it as best as possible because this one actually, I want to start grading my comics a little bit. And this is the first one that I feel like is going to be a very mint condition one. I've had friends look at it. There's no bends, no dings, no scratch, nothing. And I want to send it in and I want to get it graded because, one, this is a badass cover. And with a badass cover being graded, it might be worth some money someday. But more importantly to me, it'll be a piece that I can put in my room, and it will stay throughout the test of time the same way in its like permanent case that the reviewers, whoever I send it off to, I can't remember or haven't done it before, will keep it in their permanent case so I could imagine this and it'll be the same as perfect as every day. So I'm trying to keep this. That's why I haven't really touched it at all and stuff. So yes. Okay. Comics 1 through 5. Okay, we got that all done. Comics issue 1 through 5. But they also came out with the micro series. So when I went back to Oregon to go visit my friends, I stopped at the game store, Otherworlds, and the owner there, he told me he'd actually been saving some of the comics for me and other customers and stuff. And he had the stash in the back to let me pick through some. I'm like, oh my god, you're so great. So I bought I bought a couple of issues of issue 1. Okay, check this out. I've got issue number 1 of the micro series of My Little Pony, and issue number 1 was based on Twilight. Haven't read them yet, but every single micro series is based off of the characters they're about. So I think issue number 3 is going to be about Rarity. Issue 2 is about Rainbow Dash. I'll get to that in a minute. So issue number 1 of micro series. There was multiple covers. Again, I have limited money in my pocket, so I was like, I can only buy a couple. So I bought this one because it's just so over the top, ridiculous in the artwork. Look at this. You have Twilight Sparkle doing essentially like a Pokemon Windstorm move, like Hurricane Book Attack, and then Spike's in the back just, I don't know what the heck Spike's doing. He's reading a note. It's probably something important to do with the story in here. Don't know, haven't got to it, gonna get to it soon. And just like, huzzah! It's awesome like that. So, that one I thought was really cool, and I got that one. The second one I got, which the store owner brought up the best idea. This comic is in color, typically. Check this out. This comic is normally in color, but for subscribers only, you could get the white edition, which is uncolored or anything. And the benefit of this, why I bought this one rather than the colored one, was because I go to conventions a lot of the time, and the store owner said, you know what? Why not have one of your favorite characters or voice actors not only sign this comic, but have them color in it too? So imagine me going and finding like Tara Strong and having her fill in, like color and sign this comic book. You know? How awesome would that be? I think that would be so boss. So I took his advice on it, bought it. Next convention, Tara Strong, come on, please. Yeah? Or, yeah. I mean, yeah! Okay. Next two. These ones are really, really cool. These are issue 2 of the micro series. This one is about Rainbow Dash. I believe, because I've talked to Andy Cook, or Andy Price. I can't remember his name. I think it's Andy Price, because on the comic it says his name is, it's Andy Cook, because Andy Cook and something Price, they're the people, the writers of the comic books. And he told me in the micro series when I talked to him last at Las Vegas that later on Derpy plays a big role in the actual comics, she plays a minor role, but enough where she's in there, not just the background or not just you see her happening inside. She's actually talking and doing stuff. I believe that's the Rainbow Dash one. I'll let you guys know or not, or give you a hint. So that way you guys, when you read it, doesn't spoil anything. But, on the comic. Issue number 2, Rainbow Dash. Look at that. It's like, oh wait, wrong way. Wrong way, hang on. Hands there. That way, yes. Boom, boom. She's like flying in the air. And it's just awesome. Rainbow Dash. And she's going Sonic Rainboom speed. Yes! So I thought that one was cool, but the other issue, because there was 3 cover variants, to my knowledge, about this one. The second one, the store owner, he's not a My Little Pony fan, but he actually took this comic and put it with his collection, because there's apparently an artist named Franzetta, who, if you guys know, there was an artist who was very great artist and drew with his, I believe, right hand. And one day he actually got in an accident where he lost his hand, or was unable to use it, and had to learn how to draw left-handed. And there's an actual museum where if you go, half the museum is right artwork, the left half is left artwork. But he did one on a card or something called Death Dealer. And what's cool about this one, which is awesome, is that it's a tribute to him of Death Dealer. I'm gonna hang on one second. I'm gonna lower this brightness a little bit. So, if you guys can see this a little bit, you have Rainbow Dash and you have Tank. But looking at it closely, if the card is called Death Dealer by Franzetta, what the card was, it was a warrior on a black stallion that had his axe in the air with essentially this was a tribute. You have the three vultures in the background, just like on the card. You have the black and smoky background, just like on it. You have the fire in the background. It's all this is almost identical. The blood dripping down the center of it, that's on there. The flag that says "Go Dash," that's actually where the axes with brains covered on it, and they did the same thing, same color, and they used the same red as where the brains were at. Same helmet that the warrior wears. The shield, same shape and everything, and instead of having the warrior symbol on it, it has Rainbow Dash's cutie mark on it. I mean, this was a huge tribute to Franzetta, you know. And the comic book owner, when he showed me this, he was super excited. He said this is one that he keeps with his Franzetta collection, and just really, it was really cool hearing that. So, moving on to my super special ones. I got 3 super special ones. And I'm going to continue off with the micro series a little bit. These ones I keep in a little thicker case because I don't know if they're, some of them are, a couple of these are valuable, or at least more valuable than standard comic, but I think they just look cool, and I want to preserve them. I want to hang them on my wall, because they're just so cool. I don't even think you have to be an MLP fan to like these. Okay, so, continuing off the micro series, we have, real fast, I'm going back real fast. You got they're both issue number 2, but the 3rd artwork cover, ready for this? Heck yeah! Come on, that's awesome. Philly Rainbow Dash going kablamo! Just flying through the sky with a Wonderbolt scarf on it. I saw this, I was like in love. I was like, I have to have this. It's a rare comic. It's one of, every time a comic store orders My Little Pony comics, they get different variants, our special edition. And with this one, it was one, you had to buy every 10 comics, you get one of these. I believe the store owner at the time only had one that he got throughout it, and he sold me this. And I was very excited and very grateful to get this. Not only did it complete my collection, but if you guys could see this in person, about how vivid and very, I wouldn't say straight, what's the word I'm looking for, very sharp all the lines are on here, and the color, it's just absolutely mind-blowing. This is amazing artwork in my opinion. Okay, moving on to the other 2. Again, when I was in Oregon, I was flipping through the comics. There was one comic I never got, and it was from number 3, and if you guys have read the comics or know anything about the comics, you would probably know the one I'm about to do. I'm flipping through the comics in the background. I'm like, okay, I don't have this one because I'm lacking behind on the micro series because Hot Topic doesn't sell them. So I'm flipping through them, and lo and behold, I found the comic. I literally said, I turned to the store, I'm like, you have this? And he goes, oh, what, I have this? Only copy, and it was like hidden. I have no idea how I found this. I think this is the coolest artwork they've come out with. Check this out. Oh man. Oh, I gotta turn on my screen so you guys can fully see this. Oh. Okay, it is comic number 3 of the Changelings. On the front, you have what I believe is Twilight, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash. You have Applejack, Rarity, and Pinkie Pie. I saw this online originally and fell in love with it. This was one I just was like had to have. When I was at Las Pegasus, when this was out at Las Pegasus, and talking to Andy Cook, Andy Price. Anyways, he said this was the first comic to run out. I mean, this is such a cool looking comic. I mean, it's dark, but it's also very colorful at the same time. It's like it's like a balance between the show. Like what, I don't know. It's just cool. It's just really cool. And that's why I got a spot of like the hard cases. Now, the last comic I'm about to show you guys is a very special one to me. This comic was the one that not only, like, if you're at the convention, and I'm there, and you see me, stop me and ask to see this. I will have this with me at every convention. And this is the reason why. So, let me start over. Okay, back when I was starting to get into the comics for the very first time, over in Portland, the comic book owner of the card shop sold me 2 comics. Both issue number 1. He sold me the one I showed you earlier. And he sold me this one. He sold me a ghost variant type of the first copy. And this one, very few copies of this. I think like a couple hundred, or I don't know. I mean, probably a little bit more than that. But this one's really special. I'm going to bring it on screen in a second because I can't tell you till I finish the story. So it became really special because it has Derpy on the front. And Derpy is one of my favorite characters, like, of all time. I love Derpy. And I was freaking out when I saw this in the store. Immediately bought it. We got in the case. The owner didn't even know he had hard cases, so I bought some and we put it in there and stuff. So when I got this, because this became very special to me, and this is one I'm going to keep with me always. When I started going to conventions, I realized, you know what? Instead of having autographs on signed people, I had them start signing this. So this is issue number 1. Ghost variant of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, with Derpy on the front and Lyra and Bonbon on the back. This is one of the rare ones where there's artwork on front and back side. Now if you compare it to like a standard comic, let me find one that's not in this case. Okay, you have the artwork on the front, and then you have like advertisement on the back for the following comic that's coming out. This one was really rare. There's not a lot of comics that do this. Even today, you have to buy like the $200 plus one jetpack ones with cover on the front and back. I'm turning down my brightness. Here we go. Okay. So, this comic, I went to Las Pegasus. I went to a couple of other anime conventions and had different people sign this. I'm going to go off and start reading them off if I can. It's hard to see here. So, people I've met and signed, every single one of these I've have a story to, and I think I'll do a follow-up video. Probably not tonight, I got some plans, but eventually, and I'll tell you guys each of the stories behind them, because the purpose of this book was to make a memory book. So I can have a story behind each person I talk to, so that way it wouldn't be, oh, sign this please. It'd be like I had a conversation with them. I got to know them a little bit better. You know, all that jazz. So, let me think. Starting from, I'm going to start from up here, if you guys can see this. So this signature right here is actually from, let's see. Yeah, this one was from Andy Cook. Or Andy Price, the comic book writer and artist for the comics. It blew my mind. He was there. He was excited because he didn't really even see much of this. He's like, I remember this comic. I remember making this. So he signed this. Not only did he sign it, but he also gave Derpy a question bubble that said for Grant, which is me, Mustang. Okay, there we go. Secret's out. name's Grant. Yes, hello, but call me Mustang. Right, Mustang! For Grant. I was like, yes, Derpy's talking! Sweet! Then I went around and talked to a little bit more people. And guess who else I got? I got John D. Lancie to sign my comic. Which I was like, that's awesome. I mean, he, big signature, very nice guy. Oh man, it was cool meeting him. And then I got Tara Strong to sign my comic book. She was only supposed to really sign my picture that I had for back there. Actually, no, she signed this. Then after talking to her and stuff, she actually signed another thing for me in another store behind that one. Then I got Tabitha St. Germain to sign Derpy for me. That was cool. Seriously need to make a follow-up video. Oh man. Talking to her about this, so cool. And she thought this is a really cool comic. So, I have Big Macintosh, Peter New up here. It says Grant, yep. Oh man. And then I got Lee Tocker. And let me tell you, Lee Tocker, after meeting him, and getting to know him, he became one of my favorite voice actors. Very, very nice guy. Okay, ready guys? So, the front, I decided I was going to do all voice actors from the show. From now on, that's what happens. But on the back, I got a couple more signatures on the back. This one's going to be a little bit harder to see. But on the back of here, I decided to get famous bronies and other actors. Oh yes. So, I have up here Dusty Katz, very nice guy. I have, I can see, Saberspark. We ran out of the actual ink pens, or like black marker pens, so we wrote in normal ink. But Saberspark, and then we have ACRaceBest, such a cool guy. I NBA talked for a while, made on one of his videos. Very, very cool guy. Okay, and last guy, who is relevant to My Little Pony, who I did have signed. He gave me a really weird look when I asked him to sign this for me. Was not only the voice actor, but the facial model for Albert Wesker. DC Douglas signed this. The reason I had him sign this was not only because I met him and he was cool, but because, if I remember correctly, he did at what's it called? LA, Everfree LA or whatever from last year. It was a convention last year. They had a bunch of panel artists. They did a reenactment of Ghostbusters, and he played as Snips and as Wesker. And so I was like, you know what? That's close enough to My Little Pony. He did some voice actor work, even though it's not official. Still, they went through a whole episode, so that's a whole episode that counts. So I was like, sign it, sweet, and yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's why this one's important to me. This is one, if you see me at conventions, I'll carry this around and I have people sign this because, you know, I want to make memories for it. I want to have stories attached to every single one. I love showing people this. They think it's really cool, not only owning the artwork, but they love seeing the signatures, hearing the stories and whatnot. It's just really, really fun and stuff. But yeah, this is one I'm going to keep with me. And I love this one a lot. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was very informative. When I get more comics in the future or other stuff, I mean, I've got other videos on the way that I'm planning on making. And they should be out, but I'm swamped with schoolwork in college. But it's like, so this is Mustang signing out. Wait, there we go. Wait, no, hang on. How do you